Hello guys, welcome to Coding is Easy once again. In this video, I'll be discussing about React hooks. Specifically, if I say, I'll be discussing about use context hook. So let's get started. I have created a components folder over here in the source folder, and before that I have created a project using white. If you want to know how to create a project using white, you have to go into the site white react, and in this you will in this getting started section, then you can create a project using white in a similar way. So here I have created in the components folder there are two components, component 1 and component 2. Let's create another component, component 3, 3.jsx. You can use the extension jsx or js as well. And in here in component 1.jsx, you can create a component using a react arrow function component and hit the tab button, and it will create a component for you with the same name, and it will export the component as well, but it's not default export, it's export const component one. So in the same way, we will create the component 2 as well, react arrow function component, and hit the tab button. And in here in the component 3, in the same way, react arrow function component, hit the tab button, then arrow function component, component 3, and we have created three components over here. And let's create one more component, component 4 dot js component 4 dot jsx, component 4.jsx react arrow function component, hit the tab button, and this is it. So component 1 will be the top component, it will be enclosing component 2. If we import here component 2, component 1, not sorry 2, uh, we will use component 2 over here, and it will import the component 2. And within the component 2, if we go, component 2 will be enclosing component 3 over here, and it will be like this, component 2 and component 3, and hit the enter, and component 3 will be enclosing component 4 over here. So component 4, component 4 over here. So component 4 v. So, and within the component 4, if we go, we will be typing like hello world. We will be having a paragraph, we will be typing here within the braces. We will be using es6 syntax over here, like hello world, hello username. Like the username will be something like for now we will be writing only hello world, and it will be displaying on the screen. Here we have two problems, count is declared but its value is never read. Okay, in the app tsx I have created a count, we don't need it. So hello app, in here we can import component 1, component 1, this is it. uh, Component from react, component 1 from react. It's not importing component 1. uh, why is it so? Can't import component, did you mean component? So no, we don't need component, basically we need component 1. Let's try to import manually. Import component 1 from uh, slash, will be going into the source folder and then components folder, and then here component 1.jsx will be importing like this. And here all import, can't find a declaration file module component here. It's not importing component 1 here. Let's see what's the problem over here. So guys, I am back again here. Actually, it's showing some error, but there is no error because the program is running quite fine. Even if I save it again, it is showing one problem over here. Could not find the component one, but it might be some editor problem. But there is no such problem because we are getting the hello world over here in the application as well. So you need not worry about this thing. There is no error for now. And so coming back to the use context hook, to use the use context hook, first of all we have to create the context, and the in the component one, within the top component we will be creating use context, create context, S- uh, create a context. So first of all we will import the create context from React. We will import create context from React, and it will be something like create context, like this. And we will be creating a context over here in component 1, and we can create the context in another file also, but for now we will be creating over here. We'll be creating a user context over here, const user you can name whatever you like, but I'll be naming here user context, like this, context. And here we have created a context. So we will be here I have created a user context. Now what we will be doing is we will be providing this context. Like we have created a user context, we will be providing this context using the uh, context provider, that is user context dot provider. We will be using provider over here, and the value we will be using value prop, and within the value prop we will be giving a value to it over here. And that value can be anything like any name or any value like Rahul Singh over here I can give. Then we will be enclosing this provider over here, user context dot provider, and this is enclosed over here. So this, so need not about worry about this thing. So okay, user context dot provider, here I have started, and here is the value. And what it is saying here, another error, user context has no corresponding closing tag, but we have given it a closing tag over here. It should not, there should not be any problem. It's defining the problem, but component 1 user context dot provider, user context dot provider. Okay, that's fine. That should be fine for now. This is it, and we will be entering component 2 in between. Let's see this. Now we will format the code. This is it. So I have passed to a value Rahul Singh. Now we will be using this value in the component, because component 2 is enclosed within the component 1. So we will be passing this value to component 2. In the component 2 we can directly use this value like this. We have component 3 over here as well, and we can use the value using the use context hook, const user. uh, uh, we will be creating a state over here like user, and set user. Then use state, we will be using use state hook, and we will pass the value to it like this, user. Okay, for to get the value of the context we will be using const username is equals to use context, and we will be using that user context over here, user context, this user context value will be using over here. For that we have to first of all import the user context. Import from uh, first of all we have to export the context from here. Export const user context, and we will be creating this create context over the top of the component and we will be exporting from here. That is export con const user context. Now in the component 2 we will be using this context. Import from dot slash uh, dot means here in within the same folder dot slash component 1 dot jsx, and from here we will be importing user context. Perfect. Now here we have the username, and here we have the component 3, and within the component 3 we can display this value by using a paragraph my, like this. We will be using es6 this backtick syntax, and here we can say my name is. We can use here the dollar sign. Within this braces we can use any variables value like username. From the context we are getting, this username should be the value from the context that is we are providing here. This should be Rahul Singh over here within the component 2. So what should be displayed within the component 2 is component first of all component 3. That is within the component 3 we have component 4. Within the component we have hello world. So we will be displayed with hello world, and this value username my name is. So on the first line we will be seeing hello world in the browser, and my name is this Rahul Singh. We should it should be displayed over here. So and in the app tsx you can use any name like component 1 we have. So in the let's check it in the browser. We have it is displayed hello world my name is Rahul Singh. Let's change the value name like from Rahul Singh to some other name, like we have component 4.jsx within the component 2.jsx, and we don't need this state as well. You can use although first of all we have to change in the provider, that is component within the component 1 we have created this context. That is in the providers value we can provide any other value like mm, Sohan Das. So it should be displayed in the browser as well. So my name is Shohanda. So this was it. Like we can use in this way the use context hook. First of all, the at last I'll be explaining why we need this use context hook. Basically, we pass from props from top component down the component tree. So when the lowest component needs that value, we need to pass all the data from the top component like component 1, component 2, component 3, and component 4, and so on. But we don't need those values in the component 2 3. Like if we don't need value over here, then I should not be passing props there, right? So with the use of the use context we can directly we can remove this if we need in the last component, that is component 4 even as well. They can, and then we can directly use this over here like username and import the use context from there, and we can use over here like username is equals to use context hook. Over here we can use user context, right? So we have the username, and we are printing here the value should be same. My name is Sohan Das. So this is it. So with the use of context hook I'll be just displaying this uh, we can use the value, that is the state, in any component we like. So that's it for this video.